Good morning. Happy Wednesday, friends. This is Carrie from Stamp with CT. I am very excited to be here with you this morning. We are going to do some crafting, and I have some exciting news for you too. So I will wait just a little bit for some time for this to pop up in news feeds, but if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. And if you're able to watch live, I'm very glad to spend some time with you this morning. Good morning, Donna. Well, we had quite a rough storm here last night, and it's still a little overcast outside, but it is a beautiful 72 cool degrees outside here in Texas where I live. But what a rough storm. We had all kinds of thunder and lightning. I think about 2 o'clock it finally started to settle down. So, hope everyone is safe and healthy this morning. Good morning, Jan. So glad y'all are here. We're going to make a cute little fall project. I'm in the fall mood already. And I have been working on preparing supplies for our team make and take. We have a team meeting each month, and it's next week. And we have a make and take. So we do some projects each month. And I'm using the Gilded Autumn suite for their projects, and I am in love with this designer series paper. Really all of the products in this suite are just beautiful, so that's what we're going to work on today. And you may recognize this little pumpkin. I showed that pumpkin to you last week. If you'll remember, let me bring in my apple builder punch and then the Happy Harvest stamp set. Harvest Hello. Harvest Hello stamp set. That's what we used last week to create our project, our A+ teacher card. And I had this little pumpkin sitting on my desk all week long. So yesterday, I had some paper scraps on my desk from Team Make and Take Prep, and I thought, what are we going to do for Facebook Live? Well, this little pumpkin is what inspired me. So it's funny where our inspiration comes from sometimes, isn't it? So that's where this card came from, was having this little pumpkin on my desk. And I'll go ahead and show you. Let me see, where is it? This is the little punch pack. You've got a maple leaf, an oak leaf, and an acorn in the punch pack. And then this is the beautiful autumn stamp set. Now we're just using this sentiment today. But isn't this a beautiful set? I absolutely love that you can stamp those images and punch them. But of course, Stampin' Up! Has also made it possible to go ahead and line this up with some of the designer series paper. And I'll show you those papers in just a minute. But yes, the little punch, like with the acorn, the maple and oak leaf, line up with some of the designer series paper. So that's what I'm doing this morning. That's how I'm going to be getting the little leaves. And of course, no naked envelopes in this craft room anymore. That's one of my mottos. So I'll bring that a little bit closer so you can see some more detail on the card. I thought it turned out super cute. I'm also using the very vanilla note cards. So I'll go ahead and show you those. They come in a package of 20, and you get the note cards, which are 3.5 by 5 1/8. They're already scored. There's, I think I said this, 20 in a package. You get the note cards and the envelopes. They're either $7 or $7.50, and these can go through our USPS. No problem. Just put a stamp on there and send it through. So it's a really nice size. You still have room if you want to stamp on the inside. You have plenty of space, but you also have plenty of space to write your message. So I really love these. I kind of go through a cycle where I use a lot of note cards, And then I go back to cutting my own card bases. I think what's really spurred me to use the note cards more is that they fit perfectly in our mini pizza box. So I've been using a lot of note cards. They come in Whisper White and Berry Vanilla. Let me move that out of the way just a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do, well, let's go ahead and do it this way. So first I've got that scored note card. Let's go ahead and burnish that scored line with a bone folder. We're just jumping right in today, y'all. Got to get this crafting going. I didn't show you the Designer Series paper. Let me jump back and do that. So this Gilded Autumn paper, absolutely fabulous. One side of each sheet is foiled with either copper or gold foiling. Isn't that pretty? And some of it has copper and gold mixed. So love that houndstooth. That's one of Tara's favorites. So really pretty colors. You've got mint macaron, early espresso, crumb cake, and then gosh, what is that? I'll look on the back in just a second. My mind went blank. Cajun Craze, that's this color. So such pretty, pretty paper. We just finished up paper shares, and so I got to see and touch every single paper in both catalogs, and I'm just so excited about the papers right now. They're absolutely stunning. So as usual, I will put the measurements up. Once the video is complete, I'll edit that and put the measurements up, but we're using this really pretty piece of Designer Series paper, and you just can't go wrong. Both sides are gorgeous. And we're going to put some liquid glue here, if I can get it to work this morning. I may have to grab another bottle. This one may be stocked up. 1 second, I've got some more handy. Okay. I tend to leave my glue open on my desk, which is not what I recommend. So my glue gets stopped up. I don't know why I do that. I shouldn't. Should just stop and put the lid back on, but sometimes it gets buried. Y'all know. Y'all understand, right? So we're just going to give that a second to dry and adhere. That's our first layer there on our note card. And I'll set that aside so that I can bring in my stamp apparatus to do a little bit of stamping. I think you should be able to see that okay right there. I've got my stamp set up. I'm making a couple of these cards. A lot of times I do that. I don't just make one card. But I'm going to use Jet Black StaZon to ink up the greeting. So that's why I went ahead and set it up in the stamp apparatus so that I can make multiples. That just makes it so much easier. And we'll get that stamped. Looks good. So this is actually stamped on a scrap of Designer Series paper that I had, again, from working on Team Make and Takes. We've got our stamping. And then, let's see, I've got another little piece here with that stripe pattern. Thought that looked super cute, just peeking out from the back. So we'll go ahead and add that layer. If you're local to me and you've had the bad weather too, let me know if you're crafting today. Today would be a perfect craft day. And if you are, pop a picture of what you're working on in the comments. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what y'all are working on and your creativity. I don't know if anybody else is anxiously awaiting fall, but I sure am. So we'll go ahead and add that across this piece. So this is a pretty simple card, you guys. But that's kind of how I roll. I'm not super fancy, but I love cute projects. Let's see if I can get this lined up pretty good. I may need to go up just a tad. And over just a tad. I think that's pretty good. Dale and I got married in September, so 22nd is our anniversary. That may be part of the reason why I always look forward to September so much. And we are married 36 years this year, y'all, which kind of blows my mind. It has been quite an adventure. And those that live close to me know he is such a help to me in my business, and I appreciate him very much. I don't know what I would do without him. And he loves all of y'all too. Okay, so I went ahead and made another pumpkin so that these two cards would look pretty close. Now I have to tell you, I have to kind of tell on myself. When I got ready to make this pumpkin, I grabbed a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock, because wouldn't you make your pumpkin from pumpkin pie cardstock? Well, it didn't match. That other pumpkin was a different color, and I couldn't figure out what I had done. So I started pulling out cardstock and realized that this pumpkin, I think that other one is up just a little bit. That's okay though. This pumpkin is actually from Calypso Coral. But look how cute. So if you didn't know that, which certainly I didn't, you can make a Calypso Coral pumpkin and it looks very fallish. Okay, so here are some leaves and acorns I'm going to pull in from my craft sheet. And I don't know if you can see that. Let me move things around a bit. So I've got a little dot of glue there. And what I'm going to do is, first of all, take a dimensional on one of my acorns. Look how cute that is, even with that foiled paper. And of course I didn't get it centered up. Let me move it a bit so it doesn't show. And I'm just going to come in over here and put that acorn down, kind of at an angle. I may move him down just a tiny bit. Okay. And then I'm going to take one of the leaves that I punched out, and the reason that I have this glue here is I'm just going to dip the leaf in and then slide him under the acorn. So I've got glue on the tip, but I'm not gluing this part down. And I like doing that because it gives it a little bit more visual interest. It's still adhered well to the card, so everything's fine as far as that goes. Oops. But that way, it's easier to stick that on. I may have lost one of my leaves. This card's going to look a little bit different, you guys. Oh, wait. Oh, he's way over here on the other side of my table. Goodness. So here's another little leaf. We'll do the same and put him over here. I don't know why he's a boy, but he is. And I did take my bone folder, even though these are little bitty pieces, and just kind of brushed across them to break the fibers a little bit, to make it stand up a little bit. And I know once I mail it, it won't exactly do that anymore, but I'm going to tuck him in there. Give that a little bit to dry, and then we're going to come in with another acorn on that other side. And we are almost done with this card. You'll have to let me know what you think. I thought it turned out cute. And it is definitely getting me in the mood for fall. So see how easy with having those all punched out already. Just able to pop those on. And then let's go ahead. I've got a little strip because no naked envelopes, remember. And I think for this one I'm going to come on the front and add the strip there. A little bit more liquid glue. Well, I left it open, y'all. I'm so bad about that. Now I've got this one stopped up. Never fear, I have another bottle handy. I'll be unstopping glue after this video. I'm just going to put a little bead of glue here and stick that little strip down. You want to use a strong adhesive when you're decorating the outside of your envelopes. You know that's going to run through the postal machine, so you don't want that to cause any problems. So you can see that that strip is a little bit longer than my envelope. That's not a problem. We're just going to go in and snip that off. So that's a great way to use our scraps. Had that little strip left. And let's see, the last thing we need to do is find the twine. There it is. And I'm going to bring in a double piece here. Let me snip that. And just tie 2 pieces of twine at once into a bow. Whoop, I didn't get that. And then I have some exciting announcements for y'all too. Or I think they're exciting. I think you will too. So I always tie my bows just a little bit bigger than what I need them, so that I can come back and kind of adjust it. And this time I don't necessarily want those loops exactly lined up, so I'm real happy with this bow. And then I'm just gonna give it a little haircut, snip those ends off so that's even. And I should have some glue dots. Here's some. And for something small like this, I like to kind of roll the glue dot a little bit. So that I can just stick that on there. And then I don't have adhesive on the front. It's just to the back. And we'll add that to our pumpkin. Kind of adjust things. Want it to look cute. And there you have it. We have another little fall card made, just that easy. So I thought it turned out cute. You'll have to let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this project. And now let me tell you my exciting information. Move these over just a little bit. First of all, we have a wonderful new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine that is available. Starting yesterday, this is available to customers. It's, this picture says coming soon, but believe me, it is available. And I've had mine about a month. I absolutely love it. It is already well broken in. You see it here in this picture with the sides folded up. I think that's one of the biggest features of this machine. It's easy to store when you're not using it. And I keep mine out on my table, but I still see that I'm tending to close up those sides when I'm not using it. So just want you to be aware that our new die cut machine is available. It's in the annual catalog. Let me grab that so I can see what page. I want to say 170. Yes, 170 and then 171 shows all of the accessories that coordinate with this machine. Here it is open. And like I said, it's a fabulous machine. I'm so happy with mine. So if you're in the market for a die cutting machine, I highly recommend our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And if you have any questions about it, just let me know. It's a price point of $120, but I have an awesome deal for you where you could get it for $99. We have a new starter kit promotion called Get and Go. And you know that I love the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit. It really is the best deal in the catalog. For $99, you get to choose $125 worth of product. You pay the tax, but you get free shipping. And you also get a free paper pumpkin. So it's a fabulous deal all of the time. But right now, Stampin' Up! Is throwing in, for free, 2 stamp sets, a package of rhinestones, and then some Granny Apple Green and Calypso Coral card kits. So that's on top of what you get to select for the $125 in products. So if you wanted to add a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to your starter kit, you would be able to do that, and then maybe a package of dimensionals, pay just $99 plus tax. And I love sharing this opportunity because I joined Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator 7.5 years ago, and it really has made such a difference in my life. I have so many new friends, and many of you are those people, and I'm so grateful for everything that stamping and crafting and Stampin' Up! Has brought into my life. So I want to share that with everyone. Being a demonstrator is so flexible. I do classes and events, Facebook Lives, but you don't have to. You can just be a VIP shopper, use your discount, and enjoy your hobby. There's no pressure to sell or do classes or anything that you don't want to do. So if you're interested and you have any questions, I'm glad to talk with you about it. No pressure there. I just feel like it's my job to share what I love, and I do love being a demonstrator, and I'm so grateful, like I said, for all the opportunities and all the friendships that I've made because of Stampin' Up! So I hope you guys have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions about the project or anything else that we've talked about today, and I hope that you'll meet me back here again next Wednesday at 10 o'clock to do some real life crafting with me. Y'all have a great week. Talk to you soon.